relationships with famous men. Last week, Jodie Marsh claimed that she'd found herself so deep in the depths of depression that she contemplated smashing her car at full speed into a post and committing suicide. This is actually something that you talked to us here, wasn't it?
Yes.
A few months ago.
Yeah.
That, at the time, that was actually quite difficult to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I was really struggling at the time because obviously I had my bullying show coming out, and I remember you got upset as well watching it. Like, it was really emotional watching the kids that were going through it then, because I can relate to it so much having been there myself. But yeah, for sure, like, I'm not depressed now. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Yes.
But I have been in the depths of despair probably for many years, actually.
So before, because it was 2006 and the Celebrity Big Brother thing, and it all went horribly wrong there, and you came out, and no one should be treated like that. You know, you either like someone, you don't like them, or whatever, and everyone's entitled to an opinion.
Yeah.
But when you came out, you were publicly abused, and you said that people would shout at you, and if you didn't actually respond to the fact that they were shouting at you, they'd throw things at you.
Yeah.
So before that, were you a sunny person, or has there always been a cloud there somewhere?
No. I was, like, as a kid, I was the happiest child ever. Like, I was really bubbly, really hyper. I never slept, ever. My mum was, like, at her wit's end with me because I was constantly awake and laughing and singing and dancing, and then it just all started at school with bullying. And I was bullied for many years at school, which led me to get into a violent relationship with a guy who I thought would protect me, but actually ended up just beating me up. Then I got famous, and for about a year it was really good. And then, as we know, you kind of get built up then to be knocked back down. So once the knocks came, they came thick and fast, and anything that the papers or magazines would call me, people on the street would then shout at me.
Pick up and shout at you.
So,
I mean, Phil, last time you were on, we spoke about this, but on this actual night, you were going to see your brother, weren't you? His band was playing at the local pub, and you were driving along, and it's a culmination of all those things that you've spoken about that suddenly make you think, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I genuinely, like, it sounds so awful to say it out loud now, because I can't even believe that I'm saying the words, but I genuinely had got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore, like anything in life. I just had enough of everything. You know, everywhere I went, people were nasty to me. They would shout abuse at me in the street. They would abuse every part of my face and body. Like, it would be about my boobs, my face, my nose, whatever it was just constant abuse. Like, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you've got a big nose. And it just went on and on and on. Plus, any time I saw a paper or magazine, they were saying the same thing. I couldn't even turn the radio on without hearing the broadcaster on the radio going, "Oh, state of Jodie Marsh last night," you know, like, and just abusing me for what I was wearing, for how I looked.
You didn't do yourself any favours with the men that you hooked up with, because it was high profile, wasn't it? You say you were looking, because your parents have had a long and happy marriage, and you were looking for the fairy tale, but looking for the fairy tale in the sort of shallow world of celebrity. Well,
to be fair, I haven't had that many celebrity relationships. Like, I actually realised quite quickly that celebrity men are not as real as real men. And so actually I'd like nothing more than a real man. And my past boyfriends recently have been like builders and plumbers. But yeah, I mean, I didn't do myself any favours in picking the wrong men, whether they were famous or not. I just went out with the wrong men because I was looking for love. I wanted the fairy tale. So when you decided, right, that's it, and you don't do the red carpet stuff now, you decided, I'm ditch that, I'm going to propel myself in an entirely different direction. What was the moment when you thought, right, that's it, it's done, I'm not going to do this anymore? I think subconsciously I'd made that decision and stopped going to, like, public events without even realising. I hadn't made the decision to do that, but I'd just kind of, you know, shrunk away from it and gone, I don't want to be photographed anymore, I don't want to be talked about, I don't like it, I don't like everybody being horrible to me, so I stopped going out. But I think the actual moment for me, like the turning point, was, it was my brother, actually. We were in a restaurant, and I was so depressed, and, you know, I was crying every day. I just couldn't get a grip of my life. And he actually just had some real harsh words with me and said, sort yourself out. Like, you know, you don't eat healthily, you don't exercise, you don't do anything. other than you're paid to party at the time, which I was, and I was only a young girl as well. When I started all this, I was like 22. And
a bit naive to it.
Yeah,
really.
very naive, and
So the
being
step
paid loads of money to go out.
From going from that moment, you're not eating very well, not looking after yourself, not exercising, to where you are now, which is
Jodie, I can't believe
you're
this is where your life has gone.
the happiest you've ever been, winning bodybuilding competitions.
I am
In
the
America.
champion.
You are a
crazy.
champion.
And here you are, and look at you. Now, this because everybody has to do a sort of routine like this. This is part of the competition, and it was Twist and Pulse, wasn't it, from Britain's Got Talent, that made this routine for you, which it went down a storm.
Oh my God, they loved it. It was my idea in the first place to have Twist and Pulse choreograph the routine because I'd watched them on Britain's Got Talent and fallen head over heels in love with them both. And so basically I just begged for me to be able to have them teach me.
And what they're doing is they're mixing sort of their unique street dance style with poses that you need to put into those routines, which are especially for the bodybuilding.
And they loved it as well. We had so much fun. Me and the boys had so much fun. We just didn't stop laughing.
And what about food-wise? Because we hear you're a bit sick of eggs now. How many eggs are you eating?
Well, do you know what? I eat like about 24 eggs a day. Egg whites.
Are you still veggie?
Yeah.
So for somebody who's got a protein-high diet, that's quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, really difficult. Because most bodybuilders live on chicken and fish. So, and of course, I don't have that option. And the problem the setback I do have is that eggs have quite a bit of sodium in them, which is not good for bodybuilding. So that's why they live on chicken and fish, because there's no sodium. Whereas I have all these added setbacks. But it's fine. Like, you do get a bit sick of eggs. But I thought 24 was a lot. But I met Jay Cutler, who's like Mr. Olympia, world famous bodybuilder. He's in the show. And he told me he eats 140 egg whites a day.
What? You've got... Good Lord. God, people used to say you could get egg-bound. The supplements that you've got a range of supplements. They've been given a bit of a hard time in the papers today.
Yes.
Saying that they're not actually that healthy.
No, and that's not true. What they're basically saying is they've picked up on that only one of the supplements is a pre-workout drink to give you energy. It's banned in some federations within like professional athletes. So I'm not allowed to take it myself if I'm competing. But that's only one product within the range, and pretty much all of the big, like the leading manufacturers of protein and supplements, they all have at least one product that's banned in various federations. And it doesn't concern like the general public at all. It's literally just if you are a professional athlete. So there's nothing dodgy in it. It's not like, it's not unsafe. We wouldn't be allowed to sell it if it was not safe. But it's just that I can't use it because I have to be tested for natural shows.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in today. It's lovely to see you in a good place.
It is.
And the place that you're going to be on the telly is Wednesday at 9, Discovery D-Max, and it's Jodie Marsh, Brawn in the USA.
Brawn in the USA.
It's a good title.
Thank you. Lovely to see you. Right.